Hello everybody, Bite Man, Cooler, Blob, Watery Tart, how y'all doing? Good to see ya. Indeed, we're working on character selection. You can finally play a Lady Tart. You excited? How many characters? We don't know yet, but it'll be like 10 or something. And I'm doing good, Tart. I'm assuming it's not a mix and match pieces kind of deal since you said selection. Yes, it'll be pre-made characters basically. I'm sure you'll live cooler. I have faith in you. How many frames does each character need? 10 million playable characters, hell yeah. How many frames do they need? That's a good question. Quite a lot. 55 frames, that's not that bad. If you want to get back on my good side, you better make a lizard character. We've already put in a lizard enemy. That's more than most games. Well, Rice Cooker today. Yeah, I heard. I was lurking in Crass's stream. Which I wasn't that bad, but it's a lot of work. Yeah, but he's been cranking them out already. We've got 5 outfits ready. He was like, "Oh, it's gonna take me months," and then he did 5 outfits in like 2 or 3 days. So, have you made rice in it yet? Is it mostly for rice, or are you gonna do other stuff in it? Gonna make gyoza rice, all sorts of shit. So it's a steamer. I've never had a rice cooker, so I didn't really know that. That's our current state. I haven't arrived in it. Make sure you don't arrive in it, it doesn't sound hygienic. Hello, I am Fetus. How you doing, Fletcher? It's good to see you. That's weird. So this works, supposedly. Okay, fine. Hello, bottom barrage. Ooh. I guess I deserve that. How you doing, Fletcher? I think this will be necessary, right? Boop. So here is variant number 1. He looks super evil, I think, but it's up to interpretation, I guess. He looks pretty badass. It could be, well, I say he, but I think that's supposed to be a cloak, so you don't really know. Not too bad, just a bit of procrastinating. I like that. I realize I've got a few more painful hoops to jump through before I can work on the next really interesting section of my IRC library. That doesn't sound good. Yourself? I'm good. Danaxi, hello. I'm doing great, how are you? My war face? I don't have a war face. May 8th. Yeah, that is my war face actually. You're right. Sleep back on track? Yes, thanks for asking. I have some like super old school antihistamines that are like old school in the sense that that was before they ironed out the kinks with making them like super drowsy. So that is either a blessing or a curse. In this case, it's a blessing because it means I can take like half an antihistamine and then it just knocks me out for the night. It's great. I got a new keyboard. It used to attend raves. Does that mean it's like sticky with disco juices? I missed the up in your message there, Watery Tart. But I'm glad you were destroying that boss. It came with like 4 pacifiers. Oh jeez. I don't ever want to hear the term disco juices ever again. Well then, I promise never to say disco juices again. That was the last time you ever heard me say disco juices. Proof brush is anything. The difference between a really bad power dynamic at the workplace and playing a video game. Yeah, right? Thank you for not saying disco juices again. You're welcome. The SpongeBob meme. Alright, outfit number 3. It's gonna be really weird and gonna take me like ages to get used to playing with a new character. Don't know if I'll ever get used to it, to be honest. These are badass. Yeah, I had to tell him like make some that don't look evil a little bit. One's a bit chunky, I think. Well, that should be fine. Oh, because it's still in the wrong folder, right? Are the characters aesthetic only? At the minimum, yes, but we're toying with the idea of having minor stat differences between the characters, but I'm not sure. It's a back burner idea. You want to lean into the evil, but that's the whole point of character selection, isn't it? Stat differences would be cool. Yeah, I just don't want to overdo it. Like, because the benefit of purely aesthetic ones is that you can choose whichever one you actually fancy. Could be that if one of them has the best stat boost, and I'm thinking like walk speed, I could see being a coveted one, then people could end up choosing one they don't want to be just because it has the stats they want. But I'm not sure about that. Maybe we'll make it so that the stat differences are very minor or something, but I don't know. Not sure. Give them all their own backstory as a prequel game. You know what? I've been trying to avoid scope creep, but that seems like quite a minor addition, so I think I'll definitely do that. With that many characters, I think aesthetic only would be preferable, but it depends. Yeah, we'll see. I think probably for beta testing, they will just be aesthetic. Outfit 4. My huge future project idea has something similar with backstory selection. Is that the futuristic one? Should only take an afternoon to implement, just knock it out with a coffee and it'll be good, exactly. And then use the remainder of the afternoon to do some bug fixing or something. Ooh, I don't remember this one, I quite like this guy. I want to get back into game dev. Well, your exam is pretty soon, isn't it? Have you had any feedback yet? But yeah, this one I like. I like his outfit. I believe number 5 is a lady. Let's see though. Getting it on Wednesday. That's good. You need it. Wait, what? Okay, so no ladies today. I think he's deleted the lady for some reason. He must have not been happy with her. Because that's not a lady. Bug fixing? Why would you want to fix all those unadvertised features? This is bonus content. What did he do? Team activity. EA calls loot boxes surprise mechanics. Does that mean devs can call bugs surprises? If that's true, I wouldn't be surprised in that. Like, it's such a... It's like when they do that stuff all the time. When you have like jobs that need a rebranding, they'll like change a cleaner to like a facilities operative or something like that. Or an environmental ambassador or something, I don't know. The legit lighting cord about it. Oof. Not bugs, they're happy little accidents. Don't talk about my baby like that. EA lawyers literally said they weren't loot boxes to a government regulations board, that they were surprise mechanics, so it wasn't gambling. Surprise. Either they fundamentally misunderstand the concept or they're just shitty human beings. Did you delete the Lady Hero version? Okay, a sudden wave of tiredness hit me. Get a power nap and maybe back for a little bit before work. If not, have a good stream. Alright, Fletcher, I hope you have a good nap. Enjoy. I hope you feel more energized. Right, so no lady today. That's a shame. Thanks, so do I. I had a week off and don't think I could face work tired. I quite like this one as well, to be honest. I like 4 and 5, although number 2 is pretty badass as well. They all look good. This is the biomes all over again. I like all the characters. This is my favorite, this is my favorite, this is my favorite, this is my favorite. Diluting the concept of favorites. Anyway, so that's them implemented in the atlas. So then we need the sprites, I guess. Is the sprite here? It is. Probably shouldn't be, because we're gonna have so many of them. So I don't know what the best way to do it is. Put them in the outfit, I guess so. You're a sprite, how very dare you. How many outfits? We have 5 so far, and I mean it's very low cost for me to add them, so I'll just add however many he makes. There will be more because I did ask him for some ladies, which he hasn't made. He made one, but he must have not been happy, so he deleted the graphics, and I guess he's gonna rework it. Physics when never. Ladies, how can you even tell the gender at such low res? You're right. It'll basically be long hair. You can't tell the gender. Some of them are cloaked. Pixel bobs, yeah. Some of them have cloaks on, which could be either as well. It's just if you want one that has long hair, basically. But you can tell, I mean, in the NPCs and stuff, I think it's pretty clear. Like, you'd be surprised at the amount of detail he can fit in low-res stuff. Like, so I would say that looks like a bald man, whereas that looks like a lady. Like, you can, of course, it could be long-haired man, anything, but in the universe this is as close as we're gonna get. My game's gonna be filled with degenerate weeb content. Nice. The frame is different too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like that's way slimmer, right? And this Chungus. Yeah. So that's something I've noticed as well, is that all the heroes he's made so far, that's probably why he made them so quickly, is that he just recolored the ones that already existed. So some of, like, so I think I would like some slimmer ones as well, because the player character is supposed to be pretty young. Like, I'm never going to use an age in the game, but they're supposed to be like able to be recruited into the academy. We wouldn't necessarily do that with a middle-aged person, so. I broke ground on it yesterday. It already has 2 features. 1, launch the game. 2, exit button to close the game. You're like halfway done. People only age when you move right. Yes. Let's not go into it. But yes, that is technically true. song is weird. Oh yeah, it's gonna freak out, isn't it? Because of all these extra sprites. So let us fix it. Nah, that's fine. It is true. You're right. It's just people get very confused when we talk about the time stop. I think it was Bez mostly that got confused. Kindred maybe? But close all these. Is there a plot reason for that mechanic? Not really. I mean, it's like vaguely explained, or rather just kind of, it's hinted at just being the case in the universe. Or as Blob says, because shut up, that's why, yeah. I'm okay with it all. I like reading stuff that plays the time. So I'm going to like reference it in some of the dialogue, and like sometimes explain it a bit and stuff like that, but no, it's not, it doesn't, there's no story, it's not necessitated by the story, put it that way. This looks different. Has this been updated? I think it looks different. The color scheme. This stuff didn't used to be white, I don't think, the variables. Yeah, this used to be like light orange or something, I think. I'll get used to it. It's fine, I'm just confused. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, diffs. So 4i is equal to 1 num do. Message post. Self sprite, I believe, would be. Ugh, don't do that. Yeah, is we actually need to call that. No, still not happy. Shall it fit 5? No? Thought it could. outfit is a word now that is... shouldn't be hashed. You fool. Outfits is a word that I've read too many times now, and looking at it doesn't look like a real word. I'm sure you guys know the feeling. Nice. This is cool. It's very weird. I'm not used to it. It's scary and I don't like it. I do like it, but it's very weird. I feel like you could honestly just leave it unexplained. To me it feels more like a mechanic completely set in the context of the game itself, not unlike turn-based combat. But are you meaning that I will actually like weaken, like it would be a detriment to explain it? You don't have people explaining why everyone takes turn in those games. Yeah, you're right. Don't know about it being a detriment, but it'll definitely complicate things. Alright, okay. I'll think about it. If key 8 down, then player outfit is equal to player outfit plus 1. If player outfit is greater than length outfits, then player is equal to 1. Outfit, I just can't look at it anymore. Init, I think it should just be able to re-init the outfits. And it should work. So I should be able to cycle through them, hopefully. Yeah. Damn, this dude looks evil. I like this one. It's cool. I like it. That's our normie. Evil dude. Or cowled person. This one's kind of similar to the normal red one. And we have the green looking one. And finally this one. Will these characters have names? Nope. There won't be naming, I don't think. I wonder if I can persuade. Can I persuade the guy to attack barrels? Or like sacks of gas? That'd be pretty cool. No, that one didn't work. Why is it attacking me? That's not what we wanted. None of this worked out the way it was supposed to. Then barrels need to not be restricted like that. So I would say that's pretty completed. Wait, what? Where did I put that? Coding language to use Lua. I use C#. Cool. Oh, it's in there. Okay. Right, got a bit carried away there. Trap, turret, totem, wall. Cool. That should be it. So then we had a request to look into using particle effects on the mountain. I'm not really sure if we'll be able to get that done, but I'll have a look. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this is the mountain bridge. And we're going to borrow the particle effects from the green swamp. Not this one though. Like the bones. The exports here, that goes there. Sorry about the sirens. Let's tweak the Wizard Mansion, I wonder when that's done. Right, so the mists are here. I don't know how I feel about it. He wanted it, so... It's pretty subtle, I guess, which is good at least. You say specifically? Mountain map doesn't look as bright in contrast as some of the other maps in comparison. In Rust you have some effective orange cloud overlay. You can add something similar to mountain area like fields of light fading in the middle on random spots. I literally what he asked for, so I'll show him this and he can tell me what he thinks. Okay, so I guess there's no reason to try and add this to other maps yet because we don't know if it's going to stay like this. I don't personally have a problem with the mountain map, to be honest, so I wouldn't worry about. Okay. Just need to remember to sync to show him that. So next is the dwarf key. We have added most of the stuff for the dwarf tower. We just need to add a new key to the quest items objects. I'm currently using the skeleton key graphic, which is incorrect. So let's do that now. It was cool that he must have read the dialogue I wrote because he actually added a little bit of a piece of a chain onto the graphic, which is exactly fitting with the dialogue. I like that. No, not there. Let's check out the top of this fortress, get the key, see what it looks like in game. Nice. Looks great. So the character selection will need to inform the avatars as well. So character select avatar responsive dialogue avatar, something like that. Wait, we've got checklists for this now. Dialogue avatar, select on menu. That's about it, I think. So that's the key, which I think marks the completion of the Dwarf Tower. You can mark that as completed for now. There'll be, like, I'll have to come back to it a tiny bit, but it's not, doesn't make sense to say that we've got loads of work left. So it's basically on the 4th. Okay. Great. Now we move on to the Potion Lady quest. We've got. Actually, I'm going to check what he's done to the mansion. I wonder if he's updated it. In the map codes? He hasn't, but that might be just because I haven't synced, so let's not look at that then. What's he done here? Oh, that looks cool. He added the toilet back. I don't like the toilet. Wizard Mansion. He added the toilet back. God damn it, we're gonna fight over this. Okay. I think I like the toilet tile. It looks too modern and out of place. Tub looks okay, but for some reason bothers me to toilets in the game. Just be straight up, because otherwise we're gonna keep fighting over this. I'm gonna delete the toilet, he's gonna add it back. I hope that wasn't the only thing he changed. Man, I really missed that toilet in there. Right, I definitely want to change the inside of the Potion Lady's hut, because it was pretty bad. Where is it though? Here, I think. Yeah, that looks sad. Looks nothing like a creepy witch's hut. So delete all these extra layers, don't need them. leave that one, but that's no more. That bookcase looks out of place. The straw looks out of place. This ground looks weird. I don't like it. I don't want it. So this is the base. Wait, is this on top here? Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is the base tiling. I think the walls have to be different. What does she connect to? Here. Connects to Dark Swamp Potion. Here. Right, so it's kind of a wooden hut. So I guess we couldn't change it too much, but... Which bums me out, it doesn't look cool. Is that a different table? It is. Where's the other one? Oh, there. Okay. Definitely need a cauldron in there. That is pretty key. Is that like fish and stuff? Those are blades. Cobwebs? Yeah, we're definitely doing some cobwebs. What else? We can make some tile sets, I'm thinking, because this is alright. We can go cooler, I think. Is it the tuning enough? So this one, nope. This one's got that, but that's not really enough. Maybe those. I'll get yelled at if I mix too much, so I need to be careful what I want. Astral stuff, not really. Somewhere in. Big skull might be cool. Yoshi Island music, hell yeah. Could get some of this in, that might look really cool actually. So that's blocks 6. We'd open. Skull's always cool, right? This is supposed to be lady that brews weird potions. He has lifted this in. It's an alright idea, but I think we can do better. We place a bunch of like tables. Yeah, there's a lot of cool art in there for sure. Because the tables aren't empty. There isn't an empty table. That's well, there is. I was gonna say that was a bit surprising. So if we put like stuff here, we could then have another layer, like objects to green swamp, something like that. And what we would do is then we'd open any green swamp map, like that. And then we have this tile set here, and all we need to do just to get it is to like place the stuff. That's a huge skull though, that might be too big. Maybe like there or something. But anyway, these sets of bones is what I wanted. See, they don't lie properly, that's annoying. You could place them on the floor, but they don't lie well on the table. Maybe if it's a crate, but then that probably doesn't look as good. So the table's too short, basically. It has to be like a full block, like the furnace. Might work. You need some little animal skulls for the table. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can just whip it out myself without asking for anything else. That looks kind of weird, unfortunately. Quest continues. Crate. maybe, I don't know. So that will look weird there, but might actually, if I just tag it appropriately, I don't know. If I tag it appropriately, it might show up okay in-game, just not here, not in the editor basically. So tile 6, dynamic depth. And then here, this should be type top layer T6. I mean, you won't see much of that, I guess, is the problem as well, so maybe it won't look good. Anyway, let's keep searching if there's anything interesting. Still lava, fortress type stuff. Oh wow, we should definitely have this one. That looks way cooler. That's from the outside, isn't it? But we need one on the inside that looks like that, because that's way better. And this is definitely a good tile set. It's got these alchemical stuff. These could be like random ingredients that would work. These for sure. Yeah, this tile set is great. This is the castle, I think? That's the black tower. This has some stuff as well, but the blocks are tinted weird, so I'm gonna say no. That might be interesting though. Let's see. Snow, no. Academy, no. Back, had to get proper bandage, was bleeding everywhere again. Is this your foot? That's crazy. That skull I like. I think it's a skull? Can't really tell. And that like cocoon type thing? I don't know, it's weird. But it's cool stuff, we should use it. It's the factory, I think. Mausoleum. Temple. Mausoleum. Webs are cool. This is Snow Castle, I believe. Underworld. Some decent skulls. Problem is they won't fit on tables. Okay, so Castle for sure was a great tile set. But we also need the Dark Swamp. Yeah, so that's blocks 8, I think, yeah. Can't I? What does that register? That's weird. I thought I'd be able to borrow things from other tile sets. Okay. Strange. But the castle ones. That works, I think. Brings in the ground tiles, but not the blocks. I'm confused. Isometric tiles are so cool, hell yeah. So that's T8 anyway. Just wish I had the knowledge to implement isometric jumping. Oh god. Yeah, I'm avoiding that. That looks better. You don't want the stuff inside or anything. That's blocks 24. Okay, we did that, okay. It's not blocks 24. Block 9, I believe, is the castle. Probably get yelled at for using different colored tables and stuff. I can see that. But they're so cool. Just change it. Yeah, actually he's just recolored the tables. Nice, I'm a genius. Beds here. Different colors just adds visual interest. I would definitely get yelled at. I know better. That's a bed, isn't it? Looks pretty fancy. Yeah, probably that's more like it, I would say. The art in this game, I just love it. It is really good, isn't it? Was there some skulls or anything we wanted to use in one of the bits? There were, but I don't know how we would make use of them. There's the underworld, that was pretty cool. That one, pretty neat. Blocks 10. I'm interested in this one, but it's too specific for the treetop, so I'm going to leave it be. Just 10, and the skulls are cool, but they're purple, so that's probably not going to work. Could put some bear furs in there. They're tinted purple. And 27. Does the castle have stuff? No. it was 10 black towers, I think. Again, sorry about the sirens. Busy day apparently. It looks kind of out of place, I think, so I don't know. Yeah, open up. Nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Just not. That might work. You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? What's that? SpongeBob? That looks kind of cool, actually. Are they different as well? They are lighter. Right, let's see how broken this is. It will be. Actually, I need to fix this. I've got the ordering wrong, no doubt. Like, this one shouldn't be spawned over the walls. I don't think that will work. I think otherwise, Black Tower one. Did we use any Black Tower? I don't think we did. We're good. Codes. Depth sorting and isometric. Oof. Oh yeah, I hate it. H potion. What? I think that's what we called it. Not my naming. Yeah, it's actually, so it's that skull and that flask, otherwise we're doing pretty good. Where am I? Right. And something is broken, I can tell. But the bear pelt isn't happy either. What seems to be the problem, officer? So I would say that this dude has to go down here, although that's not going to work. So I think you gotta go, son, and then you are gonna have to go as well. Yep, yep, yep. What happened there? Could it just be the location doesn't have a dark swamp underscore potion? Like we can't start in there, perhaps? Yeah. Why are you being rendered over? I think I know actually. That's fine. This. I'm just gonna paint the collisions here because ain't no way that's gonna work otherwise. Wait, this should be just cleared actually. Like that. Flyable is gonna be also cleared. And then I'm gonna hide that. We need to add that most of these, or a lot of these things are flyable. Oh, these isn't even a collision, so we're good. Cool, that'll do. I think this looks way more like someone that makes potions lives there than before. So go me. So yeah, this is what it will look like. I think that looks way better. Might put down another table or something with stuff, but other than that, it's good. I love the bones on the barrel. I think that's like my favorite part. Because it's like, where the hell did that come from? Nobody knows. Potion Hut has been redesigned. So we got some more dialogue written this morning, so I'm going to export that and update it in here. Thank you for the follow, Warion004. Welcome. How are you doing? How do you implement the Dark Swamp? No, we are not. Oh no, it's nothing. It's alright, just need to paste it in anyway, we're good. That's in, we need to load it. So yes, implement the dialogue. Hey Jeremy, how you doing? Good to see you. What's she called? I've added the NPC, but I can't remember what she's called. She'll be an NPCs, but nuked woman. Okay, that'll do. So question with default: does the release build actually compile the Lua to LuaJIT bytecode? That is a very good question. I have no idea. Flow control doesn't really say, doesn't it? Nah. How come? What does that mean? Does the release build actually compile the Lua to LuaJIT bytecode? I don't know what that means. But I want some in a glass. And if I get some LuaJIT bytecode, I'm gonna put it up around the office. Like securing your source code once you release it. Oh, so some kind of protection against reverse engineering or decompiling? Okay. Play dialogue. Just dialogue. Cool. So actually, we might not even need an ID for her because she's so. Dialogue target is woman 2. Sort of. It's not 100% because there's tools to reverse that, but I was just curious how default handle it. Yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't actually know. If you're actually if you're curious enough to write the question down, people in the forums would be happy to help. They're very helpful. What else? We need to add some logic in here. So that would be return. Is it check for quest item? Mute. So return not mute. I like this song. So she is where? Dark. Oh, they're just numbered, aren't they? Okay. Is it the shore, actually? Yeah. Does it have, do these have mute controller or no? It's just the rain, okay. That is actually too long. That's surprising. It's obviously the line break, but still. So it should escape. Apparently the second time around, it's not happy. So if it's dialogue, no, it's not. Trigger dialogue. Dog ID is not nil. Hey Bez, how you doing? So we should be able just to catch it there. NPC ID. Gotcha, I think. Starting to get hungry, but the rice cooker has not arrived yet. Oh no. You can't rely on a rice cooker arriving. Did you order it like next day delivery or something? Seems risky, man. Let me fix this also. Same day, wow. Yeah, you're very hyped. Let's get that rice cooker. For people who like medieval games, Kingdom Come is on Humble Monthly. Cool, thanks for the recommendation. So far we good, I think. No errors. Kingdom Come plus Surviving Mars plus Secret Games that will be shown at the end of the month is €12. Sounds like a good deal. Lost my ability to study again? Have you been... How much have you studied? Just trying to think, maybe it's just that you need a break or something. Wonder how I can get motivated again. So when's your reset? Half an hour realistically. Okay. First reset 28th. Wait, did you fail multiple things, or are you implying that you might fail again? Anyway, let's 2nd, 8th, I think. Do you have to sit 2 exams for 1 fail? Missed 1 exam and failed the other. Okay. Are you having trouble studying for both of them? Because my suggestion was going to be, when I thought it was just a failed one, I was gonna say that, like, maybe just don't even push yourself right now and like brush up on the stuff that you already know, and then wait for the feedback. And when you have the feedback, then you can target the area that you failed on. It's more just making myself do it. I would also say that it's what, 20 days until the first reset? Like, I don't know how you study, but I'm gonna admit to being a crammer. I couldn't study 20 days before. There's no chance I would actually be doing it. A week before maybe I would start, but that's me. Everybody says that's not conducive to long-term knowledge retention. So, I cram but always regret it. Well, realistically, are you going to change your whole approach now, like halfway into uni? I doubt it. You're probably going to continue like this. Like, you know, there's no way you're going to reinvent yourself into someone that's capable of studying a month in advance. I don't think, anyway. That's just realistic. I retained so much information for the first exam, but don't remember a single thing. And what I'd say is that it's evident that you have the skills to do game dev. Like, that's what you're studying for, right? So, you know, I think the exam you failed is got something to do with rendering or something like that. Can't remember what the topic was exactly, but you are capable in it and you use it. So that says to me that, like, in an exam situation, sure, maybe you struggle or something, or just something went wrong. I don't know what happened. But it seems to me like you'll be able to use it in real life, which is the whole purpose of it in the end. So there's utility in a university degree because you can point to a piece of paper and say, here, I passed these things in an academic environment. But I think a lot of your real learning is going to happen in your career. Hey FME, I've noticed you. How you doing? The exam I failed was algorithms and data structures, but it was like a quiz basically. Okay, right. So it wasn't what I thought, but I think my general point still stands. I just think don't put too much pressure on yourself for things that are unlikely to change. I'm not sure I understood. I can, if you listen to my rant, I can bullet point my conclusions. My conclusions were, 1, don't stress about having failed, because I've seen you whip up some pretty complex projects on your own very quickly, so you can do this kind of stuff. 2, you're halfway through uni, so your academic life is pretty much over. and that this is going to be my main point. You're not going to change the way you study now. You might not like cramming, it might not be the best way to retain information long term. I'm just telling you, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to change your behavior now. So I say, cram, pass, and then be confident that you're going to be able to use these concepts in real life. Like, you don't need to know the algorithms and data structures to an exam standard all the time. You need to know the concepts involved, and then have the ability to look them up when you need to. Like, Stack Overflow jokes and memes are there for a reason. That's my honest advice. You need to know how to research a problem, nothing else. Exactly, that's what I think. YOLO Spat, thank you very much for the follow and welcome. Like, ideally, you would be able to research problems and finding solutions and have all the knowledge to begin with, but that's not really realistic, is it? Most important is being confident that you can learn new things if you research them. Which I know you can, so you're gonna be good. Don't worry about it. NPCs. Mission loading. Okay, I just need to find. I don't even know, man. I think I'd be fine in a job environment, but they legit won't even look at my CV if I don't have a degree in computer science. We're just trying to make sure I get through this year. Well, yeah, that fits with my advice as well. Like, I also think you'd be fine in a job environment, absolutely. And yeah, so that's why. So the stuff you're doing in uni now is a mix of learning things and jumping through the hoop of saying I have a degree in this, which is something you need to be able to get a job. So obtaining the degree will get you through the door. On the learning point, you're gonna learn things, you have learned things I'm sure already, but what I'm saying is don't stress over what people say about how you should study for exams and that you should be freaking out weeks in advance about it if that's not your study style. If it was, great, but it's not. So you're just going to give yourself anxiety. You're going to beat yourself up about it for weeks, stressing about how much you should be studying but aren't. I'm trying to tell you that cramming's okay. For you. Like, if you were younger, if you're like a teenager or something, I would encourage you to not cram and try to learn how to study in advance. But at this point, you're basically a pensioner, so can't teach old dogs new tricks. You're not a watery tart anymore, you're a dried up crusty tart. I don't know why I'm going down this path. But yeah. That's meant to be encouraging. Just remember in 2015 I had my shit together so good, like I just study an hour every day after college, legit walk from Annie's Land to town at 5 AM to get to college. Boy, was focused, yeah. Yeah, and that's probably true, and that's great, but like, I guess the problem is if you compare yourself to, I mean, comparing yourself to yourself is what you should be doing. Like, if you compare yourself to others and beat yourself up about not being what someone else is, that's stupid. Comparing yourself to the past, if you were in a better place in the past, like that's more legitimate. But what you should be aiming for is like gradual improvements. Don't just, you know, if you aren't where you were a couple of years ago, and you try a bit, and you're not instantly where you were back then don't get discouraged, because that's not realistic. You have to be like literally compare yourself to what you were doing yesterday. You studied for 10 minutes yesterday, tried 15 today. It's like, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. I was like that when I first started doing this. I was aiming to do like 8 hours of flat out work, and then I couldn't do it, so I felt guilty, which made me feel worse, so I ended up procrastinating all day, which meant that I actually ended up doing like half an hour work per day, and then I started aiming for like something realistic. Instead of 8 hours, like 2 hours. When I hit it, it felt great. And I just kept working, so it wasn't like I was like sneakily pretending like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna aim for 2 hours, but actually I'm still thinking 8 hours in the back of my mind. I was aiming for a low number, and when I got there all the pressure was off, and I just kept going because all of a sudden it was fun. It wasn't stressful, so that was good. You're probably not going to find the same results with studying as doing your dream job, but the point about relieving some of the pressure on yourself is still valid, I think. So I want to start next to the Dark Swamp, the potion. Dark Swamp. Where are we? Perfect. Okay. To visit our friend. So is the boomerang working or was it scrapped? It's working. It's not as good as I wanted it to be, but it's okay. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so we have her in. Actually, because of the graphics there, she's kind of disappearing. So I'll have to move those tables or make them more plain or something, because that's not working. It's interesting. Or maybe move her somewhere else. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you. Basically, I think I'm nervous now because I can't remember how good it was, but I remember thinking this is okay, and I'm just going to leave it. So we'll see. Maybe it's not good. Right, let's try this. It does, yeah, it basically does something. It does fly a bit erratically. It doesn't do what I wanted it to do at all, but it is a bit unpredictable. And I just couldn't get it, and it's not important enough. So I was like, I guess this is why kind of part of the advice I was giving to WateryTart is I shouldn't waste more time on something that isn't that important, basically. So I'm a bit disappointed that I couldn't get it to work as I wanted it to, but it's alright. We'll live. To be fair, that's not a boomerang, that's an axe, so no one knows what that is. Thanks, Bez. I appreciate it. You're right. No problem with the flight pattern. Yeah, I think it's like I think it's okay. You know, it's not. It's more like I'm annoyed that what I thought was a simple thing was such a difficult thing to do. But I guess it's one of these things that seem simple and are actually a bit more complicated. So, but it isn't the time for me to learn about boomerang flight patterns. It's the time for me to get this friggin' thing finished. That's what we're doing here. No, you know. It's another thing, like, I legit don't even need to pass. I need to get 28%, which is so low. Hoping feedback will clarify why I did so freaking bad in the first place. Alright, so you got under 28%. So, you'll be fine, man. I honestly, something has just gone really wrong. That's what I think. That's what I think. I'm getting pushed back on the toilets. He said he's only put it into 2 maps. He's put it in the Wizard Mansion and the City Mansion. I'm like, fine, I can live with that. Maybe someone will find it funny. I don't know. Freaking toilets. You're a toilet. Alright, I'm gonna grab a quick break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Alrighty. Very cozy song. Got 16%. Will you please tell me what you get in your feedback? Because I'm extremely curious. I don't think that's like, I think there's something wrong. What's the lecture like? And is it the lecture that marks the exams? I'm half expecting. Oh yeah, we just lost your paper. To be honest, we entered the union on Wednesday. I can see that too. Not sure. I'm inclined to say no because he gave me such a high mark on the coursework. Yeah, you're right, actually. So I had, when I was in uni, I had, I was doing a course on financial derivatives or something like that. Treasury, finance, treasury. And the lecturer was like a total hard ass. He was like if you're doing credit swaps and you get the sign wrong, if you did that at a treasury desk, you would lose your job. So if you do it in my exam, you get 0 marks for that question. You don't get marks for doing the rest right. If you get the wrong answer, you're not getting marks for it. Which I thought maybe that's what you're having. I think that was my highest grade ever because it put the fear in me. So I properly smashed that exam. It helped us. I found it kind of interesting, the stuff. But yeah, that was pretty rough, I would say. But I totally understood his argument. Like if you did buy the opposite financial instrument, you'd probably get sacked. Although actually no, because I then went to work in treasury and we made mistakes all the time. Nobody got into trouble or anything. Right, so done that, but we need to fix it. What are you and why aren't you working? I think the question I usually left blank was the big O stuff. I wasn't taught and it's not covered in the lectures well at all. Wait, what? Big O stuff? I don't know what that is. Right, so that needs to go. That shouldn't be there. And then whatever is going on. Big O is when you estimate how fast a program will run. Ugh, that sounds disgusting. I don't want it. So blocks 8. Blocks 8. Yeah, you should be fine. I don't understand. Success. It's yeah, but I think that's probably a fair evaluation. It can either be O squared, but like, how is that linear? That sounds exponential. Or it can be logarithmic and so on. Okay, so I guess that worked. Was it just that the old graphic was rendered on top of it? That probably ruined it. No. Those things, we can't have her there. She has to be... I like that I'm learning this stuff now. This is exactly the kind of thing I'd get yelled at before. Not yelled at, but he'd be like, can't see the character. This room would look great with some mist. Ooh, interesting. Like dynamic mist or static mist? So we have mist that is actual tiles. And we have mist that is particle effects. So we need mountain then. Let's see what it looks like. Mountain bridge. Just to make the cauldron look more alive. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, what I could do is, do you not think it would just be better if I made some particle effects just for the cauldron? Because I suspect that the mist particle effect won't actually look that good. It's pretty subtle and can look kind of weird. Especially on, I suspect, on such a small map. Like, I'm happy doing it because it's a pretty significant NPC. With this one, you can solve any of the 3 buddy quest lines. Yeah, so this is with the mists. We're probably gonna have this zoomed in, so this is what it would look like. So you can see the mists are pretty subtle. Like, yeah, there's one here now, but there's not much going on. I could do both, to be honest. The cauldron as well. Oops, that's funny. I managed to get behind the crate. Oh, it's because the... Right, yeah, okay, go ahead. That'll fix that. Anyway, what are we looking at here? What are you? You are castle. Okay. Oh wait, so objects 1 still has stuff in it that gets rendered on top. Okay, well, it's not anymore. Almost sleeping with this music. Good, I think. I managed to pump out like 7 songs between the 30th and now for Crass's game. Yeah, you seem to be making great progress. Are you getting more comfortable working with chiptune stuff now, or what? No, it is not working. That's cool, but I guess you still don't like it so much. I think if I had a proper VST for it would help, but yeah, definitely more comfortable. Definitely prefer non-chiptune. That's cool. That's fair. Really enjoyed working with the 90s MIDI sound banks, so I can imagine. Would that work better? I feel at home with them now. That's cool. Maybe we move the cauldron. Maybe we don't need this one. Where does that come from? Is that Darks? Oh, no. Snow Castle, probably? No. It was a single one castle? Yeah. No, that's Snow Castle, right? Okay. So this collision is going to be broken. That's alright, we'll just remake it when we're happy. I think the next one I'm doing is going to be super orchestral though, so I don't know how that's going to work. Probably going to need to upgrade at some point. You mean the other soundtrack, not these cheap tune things. If you're getting paid for it, maybe you could invest based on that. Maybe ask for a bit more money or something to cover it. Wow, I've never been so oppressed in my life. To keep ones and some. I think it depends on what I need. Yeah, probably. I think this looks fine. This way her sprite is visible, but she still kind of looks at the cauldron. I think if I recall correctly, the orchestral percussion that comes with contact is shit. Let's see. We can put this into the potion lady. Just say on init cauldron particle effects.play dash cauldron. That should be enough. And so what we'll do is close others because it's gonna be costly otherwise. We'll fit this in, and it's basically one to the left. And then that went too much. Like that, I think. And then we'll check it out. So we need it to be smaller particles, I would say. Although it depends on what I go for here. That was a weird bird noise. So green should be high. I'll probably want this to be alpha, maybe? Although I'm not sure. Maybe just some lower alpha to begin. A little bit of drag on there. confusing. So that's not going to be good, but it'll be... I need to check it to see what we move on. So yeah, not a bad start. Does need to go up a bit. I'm surprised at the way that drag worked. Life needs to be shorter. Initial speed needs to be less. And the variable. So that actually I might allow it to go a bit taller, but the spawn rate's too high, the location's too low. What's the spawn rate? This percussion sound pack is £250. That's crazy. Actually need more drag, I think. That's a bit quick now, but maybe let them live a bit longer. I accidentally shut that down. I shouldn't have done that. It's looking pretty good, I think. Does this change at all? It's quite aggressive. Yeah, so I think as well. That does change it. Right, so that narrows it. I see, I see. so it's... We'll extend that a bit to make it a bit narrow. We will... Is that poison? No, it's just a cauldron. Hi, what are you making? I'm new here. Welcome, Protopoli. I'll show you in a second. Just want to get this. It looks like poison. Well, I mean, she'll make you other potions. It's just that the cauldron, yeah, it's a green cauldron. So that's what we're working with. Maybe that needs to be lower. Do we need this? Protopoli, thank you for the follow. Right, what if we... You're the first person in ages who pronounced my business properly, yeah. Make it a bit more chill. Right, so this is going to show you the game. I'm working on a specific particle effect, so excuse me for that, but probably remove that, I guess, although Brax mentions it. We can leave the mist in there. Reminds me of the old XCOM right away. Hope that's a good thing. I think that's getting there. Tart, what do you think? It's still pretty aggressive. The particles move a bit quickly, I think. It was one of the better games ever made, in my opinion. That's cool. Well, then I'll take it. I'll take the comparison. I would say that that is a bit still too fast. So what we would do is we would drop the speed, but also the drag. RPG, yes. Do we have a good summary? I don't know if this command still works. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Can't you open the bottom angle a bit more and more like a trapezoid instead of a triangle? I don't think so. Or as far as I understand, I think the X followed your YouTube, thank you. Here it is on Steam, that's the main place to follow if you're interested at all. Or drop a wish list would be great. So yes, I think the Y makes it taller, but I don't know what, does the X do that? I don't think the X does what we want it to do. I see what you mean though. I could change it. I would have to change it to like a circle, and then add an acceleration modifier upwards. But that doesn't exactly do it. No, that's worse, way worse. It's X, Y, does Z do anything? Don't think so. No. Yeah, that just does the top of it. I just clicked on the video and seeing non-bearded Alex is weird to me now. I'm making the game too, but it's early development. What are you working on? Also gonna be on Steam. That's cool. Anyway, what do you think, Tart? I think this is kind of getting there. I don't know if it needs anything more. Is it still too aggressive? Bez almost likes it. It's a bit fast still, I'd say. What about now? Hang on. Not yet. Now. Can almost hear the bubbling. Nice. I think actually now that I've tweaked the alpha spawn rate, then maybe you should move down again. That's too low. Don't like how some particles appear in front of the carton. Yeah, they do, don't they? I can see that now. I keep like typing as if it's an extension of my body, and sometimes I just randomly type the wrong words. I never used to do this. What is happening? You're losing it. Looks cool. I'm guessing some kind of space thing. YouTube video shows my engine. No top brush, that clearly is medieval. My bad. That is struggling a bit. I made the water, engine, and terrain. That's cool. I like the vibe. Like, it is choppy, obviously, but... Nice. Day-night cycle. That looks cool, man. Good job. It's on a Pentium 4. I haven't heard Pentium in ages. That's pretty old, isn't it? Yeah, how can we make it so that this stuff doesn't spawn? That has to be like that. We've got a circle, 2D cone, box, sphere, and cone. So box, sphere, and cone are both 3D. Can you not just mask this particles using sprite? Not easily in default, no. Particles are rendered separately to sprites, and by default they are rendered above everything else. It's not a simple switch for the cauldron. I'd have to create a specific cauldron object, or at least in the way I've set it up. It's very customizable, so I could customize it, but I'm not going to do it just for this effect. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Bez is right. Some of them do get rendered over the cauldron. So actually, when I tried to move it down, that wasn't even possible. Making a Minecraft cross with Factorio, both with city and economy systems, but sci-fi. All right, I'll see you in 30 years. Sounds fun, but sounds huge. I think that's not being rendered over. It takes time. Minecraft grew into what it is, yeah. I mean, I'm one to talk. I'm making an RPG, so what do I know? I have a lot of tools and assets to drastically speed things up. That's good. Okay, so that was done. I need to create an NPC for her. Dialogue tab. What up, Tart? Is your rice cooker here? That water system took me 2 years to make. What? Fly. You. I don't know, is that long for a water system? I think so. That sounds very long. That can't be right. Will I work full-time at a job? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Maybe understand if you started when you didn't know anything about shaders. I guess it depends. Yeah, so 2 years, that's difference between... There's a difference between 2 years full-time and 2 years part-time, or even 2 years I get half an hour a week to spend on this. I wonder if I'll even want to do game dev after working at a studio 10 hours a day. I can't imagine I would. Unless it was to make something that could allow me to quit my game dev job, basically. I started streaming, so my dev hours have been increasing. That's good. That's cool. When do you stream usually? Especially with the hours people do in studio game dev. Not for me. Usually in evenings and off days. Based out of Alberta. So it is... Wait, I don't know which coast Alberta's on. So it's at least at the latest at noon for you right now, I think. To be honest, I'd imagine I'll be the type of dude who works somewhere 2 years, takes a year break, then repeats the same pattern, but I don't know if that's realistic. It probably is, I'd say. West Coast, okay. So it's more like 10 AM? I feel like that would be the only way for me to properly stay sane, to be honest. Yeah, like me too. I just don't like constant full-time work. I don't like it. Which is like an incredibly spoiled thing to say, I know. Cool. So I need to do connections, turn dialogues. Is this song Pokemon? Hey Nikito, I believe it is, but I'll check for you. Yes, it is. It is Little Root Town. To be fair, it probably takes years off your life, no doubt. Wait, there's a Canadian here and he still hasn't said sorry? He did say sorry about his website. You pointed out his website and he said sorry. My stream is just me hanging out online and being social. Just got a second monitor, so chat will be easier now. That's good. Okay, so yeah, that's a mistake. Sorry for having manners. Castro here in rage. Can I romance her? Only if you're playing as a lady. Did you make your music? No, actually, big old water retard in chat has made the music. I do like this character. Which one do I like the most? This one looks evil. It looks so evil. If I pick this character, I'm definitely playing a consumption run. This one looks cool. I like the color. The songs are played in pots and pans. Some pots and pans. Yeah, you heard me. That one's cool as well. They're all cool. I hate it. I probably need to fix the collision layers here. Different characters, yeah man. Yeah man. So far only skin. We might do some minor stat changes, but I'm not sure. I haven't decided. Show them the swamp music. You don't need to prove yourself, Water Retard. It's an excellent soundtrack. Only skin doesn't work, better not to have. I object? I think? That's a weird thing to say. Bez is saying that skin changes without stat changes isn't good. You should make them elementalists or something. Shadow, yeah. Yeah, why wouldn't it work? I'm confused. I could understand it if your argument was it was better. Surely there's games that have just skin changes. Like, I'm thinking of... What do they do? What's a game like Echelon Book? They just have, like, you have a character creation screen, granted lets you choose stats and stuff, but then you just pick an avatar, you know? Oh, excuse me. Okay, so what have we done so far? Right, so we need to, now that we've got the dialogue in place, we need to add the mortar and pestle if we haven't already. Mortar 18, okay. Didn't realize we had it. How much work will you have if you just change the stats of the characters? I mean, it wouldn't be too much. I'm just skeptical of your point. In what way does enforcing a limitation on your character make it not half-assed, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, it is... I understand this point that it could actually be half-assed from our point of view, but as the player, would you care? Like, there's... I don't know, because you stare at the same character for hours on end, I would think that even if it doesn't affect your stats, I would welcome character customization. I think that's quite straightforward. And then you could make an argument that perhaps it would be better if you had stat changes as well, but maybe that would be better if it was decoupled. Maybe you could choose a skin and whatever starting traits you have, right? Isn't that even better? I don't know. I'm not sure, but my opinion is that it's only a positive to allow the player to change the appearance of the main character, I think. If you have stats plus skin, it's even better. I think that's arguable. You could say that if you believe that. But what about stats as a separate thing and skin as a separate thing. I think that's the way to do it rather than forcing each character to have a stat change. Like it could be like background or whatever, like brawler or something, and then stats plus skin is greater than stats associated to skin is better than only skins. When I say stats plus skins, it's separated. That's the way Vampire the Masquerade does it. Basically the background has a bonus and a limitation. Yeah, that seems pretty interesting. Like my main point of resistance is that I don't know how interesting it would be to modify these stats, because these are things that were going to be modified by items and stuff anyway. But I'm not saying no, I'm just saying the thing we have made a decision on is to have skins. That has been decided. And then whether there will be some kind of character creation thing in the beginning, don't know yet. Let's put it that way. Different stats is replayability. Yeah, but there's plenty of replayability anyway. There's loads of decisions to make. You didn't like those big old polygons? Like you can play the game by like choosing consumption or not choosing consumption, which element you choose and in which order is changed, which spells you take in which order changes, which items you find where changes, what decisions you make with NPCs change. So there's loads of replayability anyway. Again, I guess having different stat choices in the beginning is just another layer of replayability, but what I'm trying to say is that we're not lacking it necessarily at the current point. Devious Oatmeal, thank you very much for the follow. That sounds like that comic person. What's that? What is that comic? Oatmeal something. To be honest, I really like how you can change your stats at each checkpoint. To be honest, it might hinder replayability, but it does enforce agency. I do like, which I think is, yeah, I do like the idea of loadouts, so that you can't access your inventory until you get to a checkpoint, and you can change your kind of magical attunement then as well if you've completed the Black Tower quest. So yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's pretty cool. And it'll be good because if you hit a point where you get to an area that's like kind of tough for you, you could create yourself a customized loadout. Like you could spend some time to be like, all right, there's a lot of like ranged enemies here, so I'm going to do this and that to kind of get through it. So if like with some effort, like perhaps you could do that. Hopefully that's what happens. Then, you know, if in practice people might not actually do it, but you know, I hope. So we got the quest variables there. We're gonna check in the narratives. Also quite an unusual thing for an RPG school. Nice. Do we have? Well, yeah, you have stats on. You've got stats on your equipment. That's the primary stats source. And basically, if I made some kind of initial choice, it would be tapping into the same system. If that makes sense. So if What node-based planning tool was that? That was something called Twine. It's really good. I think it's twinery.org. I think. Still waiting on rice. Oh no, this is a disaster. I've been using visual understanding environment. What do you use that for? Like, do you use that for dialogue or something else? Not question. It's a node-based planning, so. Version 96. Pension for. That's great. Good on you for managing. Alright, so that should go to 42, I believe. Yeah, you do want long living hardware. Considering you just upgraded for something that was 16 years old. So response, mortar and pestle. So we need to do the other ingredients basically. I think that's what we've got left there. Don't like the GPU I got though. It was a refurbish and it has quirks, so I plan to get a nice big RTX NVIDIA. It's a shame that it didn't work. Right, that's going to be it for me for today. That's some good progress. Potion Lady is looking good. All the character selection is looking good. I'm streaming again tomorrow, so if you're around, then I'd love to see you. Drop me a follow if you'd like to tag along on the journey. Proto-Poly, was great meeting you too. Fates of War is on Steam, so wishlist it if you like what you see. And that'll be it. I'm gonna raid somebody. Zeratar, I think I've seen him in here before, so let's check out what he's working on. Have an excellent day, everybody, and thank you for hanging out.